This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer.
What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, I wanted to go over why I think the one Escanor ruined Grand Cross PvP. So let's get into the video. Before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to 10k subscribers, and at the time of recording this video, I'm at 8.92k subscribers on the YouTube channel. Turn on post notifications if you want to stay up to date with anything 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross related. And with that out of the way, let's hop into the video. Alright, so in my last video talking about Netmarble and Grand Cross, I mentioned around the end of the video that the one Escanor I felt like was an issue in the game. And I got a lot of comments from you guys saying that you felt otherwise, and in this video I wanted to kind of explain my thought process on why I think, or why I believe the one Escanor is a little bit too overpowered in Grand Cross. So the first thing I wanted to go over with the one is mainly his influx card right here, his second card right here. The main thing that I feel about the one Escanor that is just not fair is honestly just the debuff immunity. Everything else about his kit I feel like is perfectly fine, and I explained this in my other video as well, but I feel that the debuff immunity that he gets on turn 3 is just not necessary. If he didn't have that debuff immunity, there would be so much counterplay to the one Escanor, in my opinion, you know what I mean? And a lot of people, you guys had like the point where like, oh, as a free-to-play player, it's good to have the one Escanor because it gives me a chance to fight in PvP. But that honestly is just like, in my opinion, I would say like, if you like, okay, let's say as a free-to-play player, you are working on the one Escanor, right? I mean, you have the team, you have Green Gother, Goss Elizabeth, the one Escanor, right? You have the whole team ready. The only thing is with that team is if you do not out CC the opponent, you instantly lose. It's based on going first, right? With that team, because the one Escanor, the moment he starts attacking you, you're losing your HP. The one Escanor is definitely beating yours. It's as simple as that, man. And honestly, as a free-to-play player, I don't think most free-to-play players are doing that well in high-tier PvP, and that's just brutally honest. You know what I mean? I think the one Escanor himself, if you don't have him maxed out, then you're gonna be at a significant loss. You know what I mean? And the only thing about it is like, there isn't any counterplay on turn 3. There is actually just no counterplay. The moment he gets debuff immunity, the only counterplay you have would be using a unit that has gauge reduction on the actual card itself, and not like dissolve or anything that's delayed, because that just has no effect on the one, because he'll just, he'll be invincible the entire time. I think that like, the one can definitely be, he can definitely be countered. I don't want to make it out to be like on turn 3 he's actually just invincible. Like, if you have an ultimate on his turn 3, then you're definitely going to take him out. I'm just saying, like, in terms of what happens on turn 3, Escanor cannot be touched, basically, in terms of debuffs, in terms of lowering his stats, anything like that. I just feel like the one is a big issue, right? I just feel like the one Escanor, being that he can be run on any team as well, is also a little annoying. Especially when everyone already has Green Gother and Goss Elizabeth already built out, you know what I mean? The moment you have those 2 units built out, all you gotta do is slap the one Escanor on the team, and you got the best team in the game, right? There's honestly just nothing you can really do about it, and I don't want to complain and sit here and be like, oh, the one Escanor, I don't like him at all. Because as you guys can see, I have him 6 out of 6. I just don't use the guy. I don't have fun when I use him, you know what I mean? I think he's a unit that, if I really wanted to win and I wanted to use Glue Eater, I would definitely bring him out. But the thing is, like, I'm never at that point in Grand Cross, you know what I mean? There's never a reason to be at that point anyway. Because if I'm pushing in gear PvP, I'm not going to be going that high. The most I'll be getting is Challenger, you know what I mean? If I'm pushing the ranks. And I don't think like high tier PvP, like very high tier, that I would be like, even trying to get there with the one Escanor, you know what I mean? Obviously the one Escanor is there, but he's just broken. Like, he actually is just broken, man. And I think he was an issue like initially as well when he came out in the game, because he made it so that ult rush meta was just completely gone the moment the one Escanor came out. If you guys don't know, Lost Vein Meliodas used to be one of the best units in the entire game. At the time when he came out, definitely the best unit in the game. And the one Escanor, he was the actual counter to Lost Vein Meliodas when he came out. Because you just slap him on the Goss Elizabeth Green Gother team, and the one Escanor goes crazy. Because the moment you get a level 2 of the Influx card and you get him the crit, he's one-shotting a Lost Vein guaranteed. And another thing too is that the one Escanor also does not allow you to have counterplay when you go second. Because the thing is, if you go second against the one Escanor and he's hitting you with his Influx and Bunk card, his bunk card and his regular attack card, you're not going to be, you're going to be at a disadvantage instantly. And obviously that's fair to say, because if you do go second, you should be at a disadvantage. But I think that if you lose a character turn 1 from the enemy, then there was no counterplay in the first place. You know what I mean? There was just no counterplay in the first place. If I'm running Assault with Meliodas and the one Escanor is facing me, and I don't have Red Molassila on the team, no evade food, the one Escanor, all he has to do is rank up his Escanor and attack twice into my assault mode, and I instantly lose the match. There's no counterplay at all. The moment I go second is the moment I lose. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like the one Escanor, he's a little bit too boring of a unit. And sure, if you're a free-to-play player and you need to use him to get where you need to be, by all means, man, I'm not trying to knock your unit. I'm just saying, like, he really did ruin PvP for most people. I think before the one Escanor release, it was kind of manageable because there was some counterplay in terms of units you could use. I remember I was able to use the Droll, Red Zeldris, and Green Gother team against the opposing Lost Vein, Green Gother, and Goss Elizabeth teams. I remember I was able to use that team and counter them, you know what I mean? But ever since the one Escanor dropped, the only team you can counter this team is the exact same team. Is the one Escanor, Green Gother, Goss Elizabeth. So, I don't know. That's just my take on it as well. Another thing too is that the one Escanor, he's just an easy slot in with Goss Elizabeth and Green Gother, because every time a unit comes out that is not like relegated to their own like team, you know what I mean? You just slap them on Green Gother and Goss Elizabeth's team, and they instantly do well. It's as simple as that. That's what happened with Lost Vein. When Lost Vein was out, Green Gother released, you'd run Lost Vein, Green Gother, Goss Elizabeth. It's as simple as that. The moment a unit comes out, man, he is just put on that team, because Green Gother in itself, Green Gother might be half of the issue as well, because of his passive and how he works, but I don't know. I feel like the main issue in itself is that the one is able to one-shot your units so quickly. You have no counterplay the moment you lose your units. And the thing is too, on turn 3 with debuff immunity, he becomes immune to any debuffs. And it's not a removable debuff immunity as well, like, you know how Assault Mode's buffs are removable? The one Escanor's buffs are not removable. Even his debuff immunity is not removable. So there's actually just nothing you can do, man. It is honestly crazy. I don't know what Netmarble was thinking when they released the one, because to be fair, if Assault Mode had the same, like, if Assault Mode's attack, like, had the same way that Escanor did, in where that his buffs weren't able to be removed, then he would actually be cracked. Like, he would actually be the best unit in the game. But obviously that'd be too much, and they knew to balance Assault Mode. But with the one Escanor, you cannot remove his buffs. Every turn he will be stacking up his passive stacks. The moment he gets to turn 3, he has debuff immunity, and there's no counterplay at that point. Because by that point in the game, he's going to have a few level 3 cards, and he's just going to bonk people. And at that point, when he has his full passive maxed out as well, because he's going to have 18% or 612, once he has 18% of his, all stats right there, his lifesteal is going to go crazy. He's already at 18% with max outfits. You know what I mean? He's already at 18%. He's going to double that. 36%. You know what I mean? That is crazy. So the one Escanor, I feel like, it's hard to say because now we have like Merlin and stuff, so there are units that are able to counter him. But I just think that, like, if you're just not running Merlin, then you're screwed. You're honestly just screwed. Okay, like, you can run Assault Mode too. That works as well, but you gotta be, a good enough of a player. But that's just, my take on the one Escanor. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below if you enjoy using the one Escanor, if you use him as a free-to-play player, because, if you have to use him to get where you need to be in PvP, by all means, man, don't let my my video here, like, discourage you guys from using the one Escanor. I'm just, giving my opinion on the unit. I just don't think he's that fun, and I think he honestly ruined the Grand Cross PvP the moment he had released, so... the thing is too, that is why Merlin was built the way she was too, because Merlin was able to guaranteed tank hits in her passive. She's meant to only take 40% like per card. They were thinking about the one Escanor in mind when they made Merlin, man. that just goes to show how broken the unit was. So but yeah, that's basically me it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.